Georg Büchner wrote Void-Zeck in 1836, a fragmented, ferocious play about a soldier's collapse into violence, and it wasn't published until 1879, decades after his death at 23. At Haberdash Books, we unearth works that shattered their era and vanished from view. This is one of the most influential texts in European theatre, yet most readers have never heard of it. A short, brutal masterpiece that anticipates everything that came after. Kafka, Beckett, the whole apparatus of modern despair. Subscribe and email hello@haberdashbooks.com to claim one complete audiobook from our lost library, yours to keep as an MP3 plus EPUB when available. Hit subscribe and YouTube will bring you a new forgotten classic every single day. Georg Büchner was born in 1813 in Hesse, Germany, and by his early 20s had already written plays of such formal innovation and psychological penetration that they were read in literary salons across Europe. Void-Zeck, technically a fragment, a handful of scene studies, circulated in manuscript among radical intelligentsia and influenced generations of dramatists who came after him. He was celebrated by Kafka, by Brecht, by everyone who mattered in 20th century theatre. The problem: Büchner died in 1837 at 23 from typhus. For nearly 40 years, Void-Zeck existed only as notes, loose pages, sketches. When it was finally published in 1879, renamed Void-Zeck by its editor, the original German text was already fragmentary, almost inaccessible. Translation lagged. German expressionism and naturalism had moved on. By the time English readers encountered it seriously, the cultural moment had shifted. A play so ahead of its form that it arrived too late. Büchner's death halted any possibility of revision, promotion, a career that might have anchored his name to classroom syllabi. Instead, his influence was vast but invisible, ghosting through modernism, uncredited. If you've loved Kafka's bureaucratic nightmares, Beckett's despair, or the raw social realism of early Ibsen, then Büchner's Void-Zeck is exactly what you've been looking for. The complete audiobook is waiting at haberdashbooks.com. Subscribe and email hello@haberdashbooks.com with the subject Lost Library Pass to claim any full audiobook from our catalogue free, MP3 yours to keep, plus EPUB when available. Refer a friend who subscribes and you both get another free title. The link is in the description.
A note from the translator. I first encountered Kafka's work, like many, through The Metamorphosis in a college literature class. But it was years later, in a quiet bookstore, that I stumbled upon a slim volume containing In the Penal Colony. I was immediately captivated by its chilling precision and the unsettling way it explores themes that feel perpetually relevant. Kafka, a solitary figure in early 20th century Prague, holds a unique and enduring place in literary history. He wasn't widely known during his lifetime, but his meticulous, dreamlike narratives, infused with bureaucratic absurdity and existential dread, have profoundly influenced modern literature. He compels us to confront uncomfortable truths about power, justice, and the human condition. This novella, originally published in 1919, remains one of his most potent and disturbing works. For too long, English readers have had to contend with translations that, while competent, sometimes missed the subtle, almost hypnotic rhythm of Kafka's prose. The precise, almost clinical language Kafka uses is crucial to the story's unsettling effect, and it's a language that speaks volumes about the dehumanizing systems he so brilliantly depicted. In undertaking this new translation, my primary aim was to honor that precision and rhythm. I've striven to capture the starkness of Kafka's German, the way his sentences build a sense of inescapable inevitability. It was an intriguing challenge to convey the formal, yet subtly unnerving tone of the officer's descriptions, ensuring that the horror unfolds not through overt sensationalism, but through the calm, methodical presentation of the unspeakable. I hope readers will find themselves drawn into the very particular atmosphere Kafka creates, sensing the chilling logic beneath the surface. So turn the page and step into a world that, despite its unsettling nature, offers profound insights. It's a journey that lingers long after the final word. Samuel Chatwin, Haberdash Books, 2026. Text data author, Georg Büchner illustrator. Illustrator, title, Wozzeck subtitle, from Georg Büchner's collected works pp. 161-201 editor. Karl Emil Franzo's edition, date of origin, presumably 1836 publication date, 1879 publisher. Sauerland printer, DRUCKR, place of publication. Frankfurt am Main translator, original title, Wozzeck original subtitle, original source, source. Commons brief description, first publication of Büchner's fragment, named Wozzeck by Franzo's. See also on the textual criticism of Wozzeck by Franzo's. Article in Wikipedia D, Wikidata data object on Wikidata entry in GND. GND, image 250px, editing status finished. This text has been proofread twice against the source. The spelling follows the original text. To edit a page, you only need to click on the corresponding page number. Further information can be found here. Help index page Wozzeck. A fragment of a tragedy. Room, the captain. Wozzeck, captain in a chair. Wozzeck shaves him. Captain, slowly, Wozzeck, slowly, one thing after another, you're making me quite dizzy. What am I supposed to do with the 10 minutes you'll be finished too early today? Wozzeck, consider you still have your beautiful 30 years to live. 30 years, that makes 360 months, and then how many days, hours, minutes? What will you do with all that immense time? Pace yourself, Wozzeck. Wozzeck. Yes, indeed, Captain, I feel quite anxious about the world when I think of eternity. Activity, Wozzeck, activity, eternal, that is eternal. You understand that. But then again, it's not eternal, and that's a moment, yes, a moment. Wozzeck, it chills me to think that the world spins around in a single day. What a waste of time. Where will that lead? Everything goes so quickly. Wozzeck, I cannot see a mill wheel anymore, or I become melancholic. Wozzeck. Yes, indeed, Captain. Captain, Wozzeck, you always look so harassed. A good person doesn't do that. A good person who has a clear conscience does everything slowly. Say something, Wozzeck. What's the weather like today? Wozzeck. Bad, Captain, bad. Wind, Captain, I feel it already. There's something so swift outside. Such a wind affects me like a mouse. Cunningly. I believe we have something from south-north. Wozzeck. Yes, indeed, Captain. Ha, ha, ha. South-north. Ha, ha, ha. Oh, you are stupid. Absolutely hideously stupid. Moved. Wozzeck, you are a good person, but with dignity, Wozzeck, you have no morals. Morals, that is, when one is moral, do you understand? It is a good word. You have a child without the blessing of the church, as our most reverend Garrison preacher says. Without the blessing of the church, that word is not mine. Wozzeck. Captain, the good Lord will not judge the poor wretch for whether the Amen was said over it before it was made. The Lord said, let the little ones come to me. Captain, what are you saying? What a curious answer is that? You're making me quite confused with your answer. When I say, you, I mean you, Wozzeck, we poor folk. You see, Captain, money, those who have no money. Let someone like yourself bring their kind into the world in a moral way for once. One also has flesh and blood. The likes of us are simply wretched in this world and the next. I believe if we went to heaven, we would have to help with the thunder. Captain, Wozzeck, you have no virtue, you are not a virtuous man, flesh and blood. When I lie by the window when it has rained and watch the white stockings as they skip across the street, damn it. Wozzeck, that's when love comes to me, I also have flesh and blood. But Wozzeck, virtue, how else would I pass the time? I always tell myself, you are a virtuous man, moved a good man, Wozzeck. Yes, Captain, virtue, I haven't quite grasped it yet. You see, we common folk that has no virtue, it's just nature that comes to one. But if I were a gentleman and had a hat and a watch and spectacles and could speak elegantly, I would certainly be virtuous. Virtue must be something beautiful, Captain, but I am a poor fellow. Captain. Good, Wozzeck, you are a good man, but you think too much, that consumes you, you always look so harassed. The discourse has upset me. Go now and don't run so much, walk slowly, nicely slowly down the street, right in the middle. Public square. Stalls, people, Wazek, Marie. Old man and child dancing and singing. In this world there is no permanence, we must all die, that is well known to us. Hysasa, Hepsasa, Wazek. Hey, Marie, cheer up, beautiful world. Right, Barker in front of a stall. Ladies and gentlemen, here are to be seen the astronomical horse and the geographical ass. The creature, as God made it, is nothing, absolutely nothing. Behold art, even the ape here, walks upright, wears a coat and trousers, has a saber. Hey, Mitchell, make a bow, that's good, give a kiss. There. The ape trumpets. Ladies and gentlemen, here are to be seen the historical horse and the philosophical ass. They are favorites of all potentates of Europe, Africa, Australia, members of all learned societies, formerly professors at a university. The ass tells people everything, how old, how many children, what kind of illnesses. No trickery, all education. The ass has a bestial reason, also a reasonable bestiality, is not beastly dumb like humans, the esteemed audience accepted. The ape walks upright, fires a pistol, is musical. The ape trumpets again. Ladies and gentlemen, here are to be seen the astrological ass, the romantic horse, the military ape. Step right in, ladies and gentlemen, the beginning of the beginning is about to start. Step right in costs a groschen. First spectator. I am a friend of the grotesque, I am an atheist. Second spectator. I am a Christian dogmatic atheist, I must see the ass. They go into the stall. Wazek. Do you want to go in too? Marie, whatever. What the man has tassels and the woman has trousers, that must be a beautiful thing. They go in. The interior of the stall, Barker presenting the ass. Show your talent, show your bestial rationality, shame human society. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an ass, has 4 hooves and a tail and the rest of the accessories. Was a professor at a university, the students learned riding and hitting from him. He has a simple understanding and a double reason. What do you do when you think with double reason? The ass farts. When you think with double reason, tell me, is there an ass among the esteemed society here? The ass shakes its head. You see, that is reason. What is the difference between a man and an ass? Dust, sand, dirt, or both? Only the expression is different. The ass speaks with its hoof. Tell the gentleman what time it is. Who among the gentlemen has a watch? A spectator hands him his. Here, Marie, I must see that. Climbs onto a bench. Wazek, a room. Marie sits her child on her lap, a small piece of mirror in her hand, looks at herself in the mirror. How shiny the stones are. What kind are they? What did he say? Sleep, boy, close your eyes tight. The child hides its eyes behind its hands even tighter. Stay like that, quiet, or he'll get you. Sings. Girl, close the shutter. A gypsy boy is coming, he'll lead you by the hand away to gypsy land. Looks at herself in the mirror again. It's certainly gold. The likes of us only have a little corner in the world and a little piece of mirror, and yet I have a mouth as red as the grand ladies with their mirrors from top to bottom and their handsome gentlemen who kiss their hands, and I am just a poor woman. The child sits up. Quiet, boy, close your eyes, the sleeping angel. She blinks with the glass, how it runs along the wall. Close your eyes, or it will look into them so that you go blind. Wazek enters behind her. She starts, hands to her ears. Wazek, what have you got there, Marie? Nothing, Wazek, it's sparkling under your fingers, Marie. A little earring I found at Wazek, I haven't found anything like that yet. 2 at once, Marie, am I a bad person? Wazek, it's all right, Marie. How the boy sleeps, feel under his little arm, the chair is pressing him. The bright drops stand on his forehead, all work under the sun, even sweat in sleep. We poor folk. Here is money again. Marie, my pay, and something from my captain and the doctor. Marie, God reward you, France. Wazek, I must go. Tonight, Marie, adieu, Marie. Alone, after a pause, I am indeed a bad person, I could stab myself. Oh, what a world, everything goes to hell, man and wife. The doctor's courtyard. Students and Wazek below, the doctor at the dormer window. Doctor, gentlemen. I am on the roof like David when he saw Bathsheba. But I see nothing but the asterisk culls de Paris bustle-like, pads worn by women to exaggerate the posterior of the girls' boarding school drying in the garden. Gentlemen, we are on the important question of the relationship of the subject to the object. if we take one of the things in which the organic self-affirmation of the divine manifests itself at such a high standpoint, and examine its relationship to space, to earth, to time, gentlemen, if I therefore throw this cat out the window, how will this entity behave toward the law of gravitation and its own instinct? Hey, Wozzeck! Roars Wozzeck. Wozzeck has caught the cat. Doctor, it bites, doctor. Fellow, he handles the beast as tenderly as if it were his grandmother. Wozzeck. Doctor, I'm trembling. Doctor, delighted, ha, good Wozzeck, rubs his hands. Wozzeck, I'm getting dizzy. Doctor appears in the courtyard, takes the cat. What do I see, gentlemen? A new species of rabbit louse, a more beautiful species than the known ones. Pulls out a magnifying glass. Rabbit louse, gentlemen. The cat runs away. Gentlemen. The animal has no scientific instinct. Rabbit louse, it carries the most beautiful specimens in its fur. Gentlemen, you can see something else for that. Look at this man. For a quarter of a year, he has eaten nothing but peas. Note the effect, feel his irregular pulse, and then his eyes. Wozzeck. Doctor, I'm getting completely dizzy. Sits down. Doctor. Courage, Wozzeck, a few more days, and then it's done. Feel him, gentlemen, feel him. The students touch Wozzeck's temples, pulse, and chest. Apropos, Wozzeck, please move your ears for the gentleman. I've already wanted to show you, 2 muscles are active in it. Come on, quickly. Wozzeck. Oh, doctor, beast, shall I move your ears for you? Will you do it like the cat? So, gentlemen, these are transitions to the ass, often also as a result of feminine upbringing and the mother tongue. Wozzeck, your mother beautifully tore out your hair for tenderness when she said goodbye. It has become quite thin. Or has it only been a few days? Is it the peas doing it? Yes, gentlemen, the peas, science, open field, the city in the distance. Wozzeck and Andres cut sticks in the bushes. Wozzeck, you, this place is cursed. Andres, oh, nonsense. Sings, that is the beautiful hunt, shooting is free for everyone.
That's the opening of Wozzeck, a soldier's world already collapsing. The captain's anxious rambling, masking a society designed to break him. The full audiobook is waiting, and you can claim it free. Subscribe, claim your lost library pass at haberdashbooks.com, and we'll deliver a new forgotten classic to you every single day.